Borderlands. In a vast nation like India, borderlands are usually those ambiguous spaces where inhabitants find themselves trapped between two distinct national entities. These are towns and villages that are remote and distanced from what represents the concept of national identity. These are inhabited by people who prefer to lead a free life on the fringes, unhindered by boundaries or societal obligations of a particular nation, with the choice of walking or swimming away to the other side whenever the urge seized them. Dhanushkodi, bordered by the Bay of Bengal on one side and the Indian Ocean on the other. Dhanushkodi, some 20 kilometers away from Rameshwaram, is one of the most spectacular stretches of Tamil Nadu. Myth says that this is the place where Lord Rama pointed to with the tip of his bow, and Lord Hanuman, along with his army, built a bridge, Setu, to cross the sea to reach Sri Lanka. Indeed, Sri Lanka is just 31 kilometers away from Dhanushkodi. The beauty of Dhanushkodi will blow you away, but at the same time will envelop you with sadness, with its ruins and dilapidated remains of what was once a flourishing town. Dhanushkodi was a major point of entry to India until 1964, when a cyclone devastated the entire town, washing away the railway track, a steam engine and its carriages, and the entire village. Minicoy. Minicoy is the second largest and the southernmost among the islands of the Lakshadweep archipelago. It is best known for its luxury beach resorts. The cultural traits of Minicoy differ from those of any other island in the Lakshadweep. Manners, customs, lifestyle and food are similar to those of the Maldives. The social structure is anthropologically interesting, being a matrilineal Muslim society with NATO local residents. A man will live in either his mother's or his wife's house. Husainiwala. Husainiwala is a village in Firozpur district of Punjab. It lies near the bank of Satluj River. The village is on the border with Pakistan. Husainiwala is the site of the National Martyrs Memorial, which marks the location where Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru were cremated on 23rd March 1931. It is also the cremation place of Batukeshwar Dutt, who was also involved in the bombing of the Central Legislative Assembly with Bhagat Singh. Until 1970, it was the principal road crossing between India and Pakistan. The border crossing is now closed for travelers, although a flag retreat ceremony is still held every day. It was one of the most important railway stations in India. The last train during partition passed through this railway station, after which the doors were shut. Tawang. Tawang is inhabited by the Monpa people. Tawang was historically part of Tibet. The 1914 Shimla Accord defined the McMahon Line as the new boundary between British India and Tibet. By this treaty, Tibet relinquished several hundred square miles of its territory, including Tawang, to the British, but it was not recognized by China. The Tawang War Memorial, a pride of Tawang, is a 40-foot high memorial dedicated to the martyrs of the 1962 Sino-Indian War. This memorial has names of 2,420 dead soldiers etched in gold on 32 black granite plaques. Jawans stood their ground against the Chinese assault for 31 days before giving up their life in honor of the nation. The Jawans fought valiantly despite inadequate logistics backup, which made them fight in cotton uniforms at sub-zero temperatures and with just 50 rounds of ammunition per rifle. More. India shares more than 1,600 kilometers of border with Myanmar. It is said there are few checkpoints on the border used for crossing by the citizens of both the countries. Although More-Tamu border checkpost is the only place where international tourists are allowed to cross. More is a small town in the Indian territory, and Tamu is in Myanmar. The town is mainly inhabited by Kuki tribes and a sizable number of Tamil, Nepali, Meitei, Punjabi, Telugu, Biharis and Marwadis. Despite the international border between them, the bazaar towns of More in Manipur and Tamu in Myanmar have historically been connected by the umbilical cord of commerce, both legal and illegal.